Let me guess. You've been called lazy at least once in your life, probably more times than you'd care to admit. Maybe it was a teacher, a boss, or your own brain whispering at 2 a.m., "Wow, we're really doing nothing again today, huh?" And now you're stuck in a thought spiral wondering, am I lazy, or is there just something deeply wrong with me? Well, let me clear this up for you right now. You're not lazy. You're misunderstood. In this video, we will look into ADHD, laziness, and why they're not the same thing. And trust me, it's way more complicated than just try harder. Actually, what even is laziness? Let's start with a definition because nothing says serious conversation like quoting the dictionary. According to Cambridge, laziness is the quality of being unwilling to work or use any effort. And the keyword here, unwilling. It means you could do the thing but actively choose not to. Now be honest, have you ever genuinely wanted to finish something? Like really genuinely wanted to, for instance, cleaning your room, finishing your assignment, or I don't know, hitting that subscribe button, but felt like there was this invisible wall stopping you? That's not laziness. That's ADHD, my friend. Big difference. Laziness is a choice. ADHD isn't. Huge distinction. So what's actually happening in your brain? Here's where it gets scientific, and don't zone out on me yet, because this is where it gets interesting. Your brain runs on dopamine. It's like your internal reward currency. For neurotypical people, checking a box gives them a dopamine hit. For someone with ADHD, dopamine system is like a vending machine that just ate your dollar. No dopamine, no motivation, no action. ADHD also messes with your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain that handles planning, focus, and impulse control. It's understimulated, which means starting a task, or even thinking about starting, feels like trying to run a marathon with your legs tied together. Now beware. Here's how ADHD manifests itself. First, time blindness. Deadlines? What deadlines? Your brain struggles with working memory and don't naturally sense time passing. So next week feels like next year until, oh look, it's today. Second, emotional dysregulation. You're either crying over spilled milk or shrugging off a life-altering event like it's nothing. ADHD brains can be hypersensitive to rejection or stress due to something called rejection-sensitive dysphoria, RSD. This means even minor triggers, like someone forgetting to text you back, can feel like a catastrophe. At the same time, larger issues might not register because your brain is so used to chaos that it treats disaster as normal. Last but not least, task paralysis. Do you ever stare at a to-do list and feel like you're standing at the bottom of Mount Everest? Welcome to executive dysfunction, where everything feels like one giant, overwhelming blob because your brain refuses to break tasks into manageable steps. Add in low dopamine, and your brain can't generate the motivation to start, so you freeze like a deer in the middle of the road. And talking about motivation, here's the thing about motivation. For most people, it's like starting a car. You turn the key, and off you go. For ADHD brains, it's more like trying to start a car in the middle of a snowstorm, with no gas in the tank. Motivation doesn't just happen, it needs urgency, novelty, or genuine interest to spark. This is why you'll binge 12 hours of penguin documentaries, but can't fold your laundry. It's not because you're lazy, it's because your brain prioritizes stimulation, not obligation. And by the way, let's settle this once and for all. Laziness is a choice. Incapability isn't. If you can't run because of a broken leg, you're not lazy. If you can't focus because of ADHD, you're not lazy. If you don't subscribe and hit the like button because you just don't feel like it, okay, now we're talking laziness. No, but seriously, can we stop calling ADHD struggles laziness? That's like calling someone in a wheelchair lazy for not climbing stairs. So now, what can you actually do about it? Good news. ADHD brains aren't broken. They just need a different user manual. First, break tasks into tiny steps. Clean the house becomes pick up one sock, wipe one counter, vacuum one corner. Celebrate each step like you just won an Olympic gold medal. Second, create urgency with timers. ADHD brains need urgency to focus. Use visual timers and try the Pomodoro technique. Work for 25 minutes, take a 5-minute break, repeat, and suddenly time is real again. Third, harness hyperfocus. When your brain decides to deep dive into something random, redirect that energy to a productive task. If you're rewriting an essay for the 10th time, ask yourself if that energy could be better spent somewhere else. Fourth, make boring tasks fun. Turn chores into games. Race the clock while vacuuming, or listen to an epic playlist while doing dishes. Use gamification apps like Habitica to make progress feel like leveling up. Now, long story short, ADHD isn't a flaw. It's your brain running on a different frequency. Instead of forcing yourself to play by someone else's rules, make your own. Break tasks into bite-sized chunks, take 10 breaks if you need to, and embrace the chaos. And if you mess up, welcome to the club. We're all just trying to survive, each in their own unique way. Now, if this reality check hit home, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Trust me, it's probably the most productive thing you'll do all day. Your future self will thank you or not. Who knows? They're probably watching penguin videos too. Now peace out and catch you on the next one.